Last week, I shared a trade signal that ran over 180 pips and around 4 RR. And I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly why it worked. In this video, I'll break down the full trading strategy and walk you through live chart examples and show you guys the real trade proof. And if you guys want to trade alongside with me, there's actually a free Discord community link in the description down below. After years of testing different systems, what actually worked wasn't complexity. It was having a clean and repeatable process. One or two high-quality setups managed with discipline made more difference than 100 indicators ever could. And my goal now is to be taking 1 to 2 clean trades a day with low risk, high reward, and maximum clarity. So now we're gonna be jumping into the setup breakdown. For this trade setup, it's much more preferred if your market condition is actually trending. So not on a consolidation manner, but actually on a market that's creating breakouts. Something like this is exactly what you want to see. Create a breakout right here, another breakout right here. This is gonna be the perfect time for you guys to initiate this entry. Now, if you do have some consolidations like this is the time that invalidates the entire thing. Now, once we're completed with this and identifying our market condition, the next part is gonna be identifying our entry. Now, for our entry model over here is I'm gonna be discussing this much more in depth later on, so I don't want you guys to be skipping any part of this video. You gotta be making sure that you're actually in line with the higher time frame point of interest so you don't actually get lost on what you're actually doing. So if you're actually with the trend, there's a higher probability you are winning this trade. And I'll be showing you guys this later on with a live trade breakdown. So if you're gonna be jumping into Discord, you can see that I really posted over here for the signal. I sent that XAUUSD buy and long, and our entry position is gonna be over this price level. So if you can just grab our long positions like this, put down our entry level, and we're gonna be going back to Discord. You can see our stop loss sits around this number, and we're gonna be inputting every single thing, and you can see that this is gonna be our point of interest. But remember, this trade was sent around 2:41 p.m. and we're gonna be jumping to the charts right now, and we're just gonna be grabbing this line to be able to see where I actually did send the trade. So it was around 2:41, so maybe just around this time right here. Between this time window was the moment when I told you guys that hey, it is actually time for us to buy. And remember, our stop loss was a little bit down to this low. You can actually take a look over here that although we did float a little bit, but later on you can see the market just immediately just pumped to the upside like this. And look at how clean that is. That was actually running all the way up to 3 RR. That's where we hit our take profit. You can actually take a look. That was like, hey, XAUUSD, TP1, TP2 hit. We actually did have an updated alert like this, and it was such a very clean trade. So from this alone, I did send a trade around 2:45 p.m. We hit our TPs all the way up at 4:35 p.m. Well, you can see right here the testimonial that someone also did catch the same trade setup that I did send, and yes, that just shows that my trade signals can easily be followed and can be replicated with how I'm teaching you guys right now. Before we move on, we're actually running a giveaway. All you gotta be doing is pressing the link down below, and you guys gotta be filling up the form. Once you guys finish filling up the form, you guys will gain access to the free Discord and a chance to be winning in this giveaway. More announcement will be in the Discord server down below, so see you guys inside. So now jumping into a really quick market analysis, what really made me want to be buying this setup? Because one, you gotta be making sure that you guys get your market direction. You can easily see that the market is clearly bullish after seeing higher lows every single time. Well, that just shows that the market is clearly bullish. Now the next step is once I was able to identify that the higher time frame was actually bullish, that means that if I see the lower time frame such as the H1, remember we're looking at the H1 right now, is just looking at the H1, I'm sure that a lot of people were actually looking for this level to sell. Hey, you can sell in that level right here, but I want to be swimming with the trend. If you're swimming with the trend, you have a higher probability of winning. So what I did over here is I just wanted to buy because the higher time frame is telling me to buy. So just look into structure right here. Now you can see that we do have our first initial breakout right here, and we do have our second breakout right here based onto this candlestick wick. Now a lot of people always ask me that, hey, do you still count wicks as breakouts? Well, I want you guys to take a look into this one real quick. I want you guys to try and understand the candlestick anatomy, because if you're gonna be looking into this one right here, a green candle always opens up down here, goes all the way down to the wick, goes all the way to the upside, opens up to the next red candle, goes up over here, and goes all the way down here and closes right here. I want you guys to pay attention onto this drawing. Now after this one, prices obviously go down, and imagine the prices started to go up. Now based onto looking this candlestick anatomy, obviously the same thing happened again. Imagine we had a green candlestick just over here, and market went to the bottom, went to the high, and went to the lowest, and market closed over here. Just looking to this one alone, I don't want you guys to be fully ignoring wicks. Wicks are still very good, and I myself believe that there's no such thing as a fake breakout. It's just a breakout, and if it doesn't work work, it's a weak breakout. So just looking to this one right here, we can see that this significant high got broken by this candlestick right here. So that shows that there was actually buying pressure in the market. Now, what does this mean for us? If we're with the higher time frame trend, you want to be buying. So jumping the charts right here, you can see that we did have a breakout just right above the high. Now, what was the next thing that I was doing? I was just simply marking my supply and demand level. So I was able to find this very logical demand level, and the next step was I just went to the lower time frame and try to get a lower time frame confirmation. Now remember, I did send the signal at 2:41 p.m. so all the way right here was when the time I sent my signal. But look at how clean the market structure looks over here. If you try to dive into the M1, what do you see in the M1? You can see that this low get taken out and we suddenly have a breakout right here. Once we have another breakout right here, there's more than enough for me to understand the market wants to be going higher. Well, the next thing I did is once I saw this, I just told everybody that I want you guys to be taking a buy position right here. Stops is obviously around 50 pips and then targeting all the way up at 3RR. And you can see that when prices came all the way back to our entry, we had some float a little bit, but overall, we're still able to hit our take profit, and that was such a clean trade. And remember, this was also signal. If you guys want to be watching my plays in real time, well, the free Discord is open. The link is going to be in the description down below. I drop trade ideas, the setups that I'm watching, and the same process I broke down here in YouTube, but much more in depth. Well, that's it for today, folks. If you guys still have any confusion, comment down below what videos you guys want to be seeing next, and make sure you guys turn on the notification bell, the subscribe button, and make sure you guys like this video. And I'll see you guys on the next one.